Hey guys, Marslinger here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and yes, we got the boy LR Super 17. So I put out the summon video earlier. I did some collab summons with DBZ Blaze. I didn't pull them in the video. Hopefully you guys checked out the part 2 over on his channel. I got quite lucky and pulled quite a few LRs, but if you have watched both parts, you will know that neither of us actually pulled him during that video. And then I didn't put a thing into my one because mine was part 1. I didn't want to spoil it. He did show it at the end of his one. So once we were done recording and getting the files ready to send to each other so we could actually put the collab together, while we were chatting away still in the Discord call, we both decided to do another multi and both pulled Super 17. So we both pulled them at the same time off camera, which is typical. I really got to stop recording, like I really stop not recording summons. I keep recording a batch of summons and then I'll stop recording and then pull the unit like straight afterwards. I really need to stop doing that, but but I'm not going to complain because we got LR Super 17. Obviously only got the one copy of him, so he's 55%. I'm really lacking in good tech skill orbs, so I gave him a level 2 additional because it was like the best I had. And then in terms of the silver one, he's got a level 3 super attack boost. I mean, that should give you an idea just how badly I am off for tech skill orbs at the moment. But obviously in the future we'll try and replace them with some good ones. I have done a couple of runs of 23-8 with him because I was a bit busier early this evening. That's why this showcase is coming out maybe a little bit later than I would have liked if I'd had the whole day off. But we managed to get a few of his links up a little bit. And I am running him on the Android team. I'm running him on the build that is literally full androids and target Goku. So every single unit on this team is in the android category and target Goku, obviously for his passive. So it's for anyone who's not completely aware. So he gets 170 attack and defense at the start of the turn, and then he gets an additional attack and defense 17% per android category ally attacking in the same turn, not including him, and another 17% for each target Goku ally attacking in the same turn. So that's 34% if they're on both categories, and so obviously 68% if the other two people on the rotation are in both categories. So once he takes a first hit, he gets 17% damage reduction active, as well as 17% extra attack for 3 turns, and then he has a 50% chance of getting 1 key with each attack received up to +7, and that obviously builds up over time. So a lot of people not too happy with the fact that it's only a chance for him to get key, but it works. I've used him once or twice so far just before recording to test him out, and funnily enough, the first time I used him, I got super lucky. The first rotation he was on, I was only able to get 17 key, and he was being attacked once in the first slot, and got the key upgrade, so did the 18 key super. Unfortunately, not going to happen here. And you can see here, he's got 228k defense on turn 1. So we're getting some support from the Android 13 untransformed passive. The 13 and 14 don't give support, while the 13 is untransformed. So 2.7 is his starting attack stat for the 12 key super, not bad. And because we got hit at the start, we will activate, look at that, 71 damage, wow. But yeah, the damage reduction and extra attack that he gets don't activate until the end of the turn. So obviously because he's been hit this turn, that will now activate and be active for 3 turns. So, I mean, that starting defense is pretty good considering we had we got the full passive active but no support. We do have quite a few support units on this team. Obviously, if you watched the summons earlier, I did pull a extra copy of the LR Android, so I now have 2 dupes in them. I'm going to put Hellfighter 17 in the first slot here because he does have a built-in chance to dodge. Hopefully he will come through and dodge the super attack here. So honestly, my first impressions of Super 17 after having played in a few, hey, there you go, few events of him, I do think he is really good. I was saying this on Twitter, like, I realized he could have been designed better, especially because they've released him as the GT boss's lead, but the Android team is going to be his best team, especially when you've got more androids who are also target Goku units. So he's a bit weird in terms of the actual GT bosses team, but you know, the leader skill is not the only good thing about a unit, right? Like, I mean, Tech Gohan, everyone considers Tech Gohan to be great. Hybrid Saiyans is a great team, but Saviors is kind of awful. But just like this Super 17, I feel like his strength is essentially that you could just put him on the team that he's best to go on, which is not necessarily his own team. And then he's really, really good. So obviously very strong. We got double buffs from having two 13s on rotation. So we got 247k defense at 55% with the damage reduction will be active because we were attacked in the previous turn. So we got the extra attack from that as well. So 4.68 on his 18 key super. And that is with him at 55%. And you saw his links are kind of all ranging between like 4 and 6 at the moment. So, I mean, you think about like full level 10 links, and then once you've got some dupes in him, like just how good he will actually be. I think he is definitely very solid. Obviously, we're going to, over the next day or so, we are going to try him out on some other builds. We're going to take him into a bunch of different events. I really, really want to see how well he's going to hold up in the GT Legendary Goku event. Because I feel like Rainbowed, he wouldn't have a problem there. So it'll be interesting to see how well he can cope there at 55%. The only downside, of course, for us is, as global players, the fact that we don't have the same name update yet. Because I would very much love to have the AGL Super 17 on this team to run on the opposite rotation. Because then you just have like Super 17 and then 13 together on both rotations, and then just bring support units as the other units. And I feel like that's going to be a really strong and very effective build for this team. So obviously the same name update is not super far away for global. We got that big maintenance scheduled very soon. And that should bring that update to the game. So that is going to make a huge impact for this Android team and for Super 17 in general. So just under 4 million attack stat. Obviously now that 13's transformed, he doesn't provide support, but we are getting that little bit of extra support from the Android 18 in slot 3. And obviously we keep... there's not as many attacks in this event. I always normally do the initial showcase on one of these easier stages of Infinite Dragon Ball history, just so we can get a look at the various numbers that he's going to be putting out. But the only downside to that, I guess, is there's not a ton of attacks in each slot. So it is going to take a while to build up to his active skill. But this is another thing that I was saying yesterday on Twitter when we were discussing his details, like when he first came out, is the fact that his... I'm not too fussed about active skills necessarily that take a while to build up, because in these long form events, you're not going to be able to get it too quickly. But realistically, in one of these long form events, you don't want to use it until nearer to the end anyway. So that's not too bad. Obviously, in the shorter events is where you may not see it, but it all depends. Like in Super Battle Road, we've all seen it, like even on the extreme class stage, on the mono type stages, if you've got multiple enemies, you can often have like 5 or 6 attacks all piled up in one slot, depending on how many enemies there are. So it is possible for you to see it in some of the other events, but again, whilst, you know, active skills are awesome, I think his animation is great. I obviously would like to see it as much as possible, but I mean, I'm not necessarily mad. I wouldn't say someone's active skill condition is like automatically bad just because you can't see it in every single event in the game. So we are going to get a chance to see it here. We are going to probably finish off Piccolo. Couldn't get the 18 key super. I guess that's the one downside for him, because they removed shocking speed in order to give him legendary power. So he does build up ki over time with his passive, but if you don't have a whole bunch of support units around that are giving him that extra ki, I could kind of see you may be struggling. I guess, again, it all comes down to like the orb field layout as well. We didn't really have a particularly great setup, whereas if on this turn, let's actually try and leave some orbs connected. Although ideally I do want a super attack with 18, but I want to keep all those orbs at the side there for next turn. Because Super 17, at least in this turn, we're going to have type advantage over the Vegeta, so we should be able to see some good damage. I don't know how many hits we've taken so far, actually, because I would like to see the active skill against Vegeta as well, because we could do big damage because of the type advantage. So Android 13 going to take the super attack here, 102 damage, wow. Yeah, this one doesn't quite compare to some of the harder difficulty ones, but it's going to be interesting to try out Super 17 on some of these other teams as well, because obviously any team that the original Super 17 is good on, he will be good on. But yeah, just like the other 17, one of his best link partners is going to be this Android 13. But as you can see, it's not like his full link set activated or anything. He would get legendary power if we put him in the middle, so let's go ahead and do that. Grab these. Oh, we're getting the Dokkan attack. That might not, actually, if I don't do the nodes, then it shouldn't be enough damage to finish off Vegeta here, because I do want to see 17 attack here, because obviously this is us getting to see him at 55%. I was going to say no support, but the LR androids do give some support to the category allies, and they do have legendary power activated this turn as well. So this should be a pretty decent turn for him. Yeah, not hit the nodes for this, so we don't do too much damage with 13. And then, yeah, 4.32. I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, he's 55%. I think that's pretty solid. Obviously, there are units like LR Turles, who at 55% on his best turns can put out numbers higher than that. But, I mean, that is also taking into account, that's normally LR Turles on like a full 24 key turn, whether it's with the active skill or with the amount of orbs picked up. I have seen my 55% Turles hitting like 6 million attack stats, which is obviously pretty crazy. But Super 17, very good. This Hellfire 17 has been putting in work in this video. He's dodged every single super attack that we've put him in front of, I think. So that is pretty good. Now, obviously, this is one of those examples, like I said, because we're not getting a ton of attacks in each slot, it is taking a while to build up Super 17's active skill. But, I mean, like I said, we are going to take him into the GT Legendary Goku event, and each of those phases, not so much in, like, the first or second one, but as you start to get through that event, there are so many attacks in each slot that it's not going to be too difficult to get the active skill. Excuse me. Right. Let's do this again then. Can I get the... Damn, that's awkward. Oh well. Yeah, so one thing that I'm seeing here, obviously, in this run is we're getting a little bit unlucky with the orb layouts. Like, being able to hit his 18-key super has not been super easy when we haven't had supports on the rotation. It's one of the reasons why I don't like the transformation condition thing for Android 13, where you can't control whether he transforms or not. Because even though he's obviously much better transformed, he provides a lot of extra support to Super 17. But, I mean, he's still hitting like a 3 million attack stat on his 12-key super. And his 12-key super, he greatly raises attack. So you're able to hit a reasonable number still. Whereas the 24-key super just does mega colossal damage. Let's see if Hellfire 17... Actually, no, we probably should put the 13 in slot 1 here. So yeah, I mean, how many attacks have we taken now? We gotta have the active skill next turn, because I don't want this video to be super long. But I just wanted to get out the initial 55% showcase for him, just so we can kind of test the waters, see what sort of numbers he's hitting, and then obviously take him into some of the other events for the following videos. So yeah, this Hellfire 17, I'm really looking forward to him getting an awakening. I think he is a really good support unit for the Android team. As you can see, like, when he gets hit, he takes quite a lot of damage, but he has a built-in chance to dodge. He lowers attack, which is useful in a lot of other events. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they do with his awakening when he eventually gets it. But we still don't have the active skill for Super 17. And yeah, another bad turn here in terms of support. Although, I see, the thing is, if I put him here, I can drop this down and get his 18-key super, but then I think we probably kill, so then we don't get hit, and then we don't get a step further towards the active skill. But we'll see how it goes, because obviously we're fighting a Goku, so the Android 13 is going to get a guaranteed crit. So I guess that probably wasn't the best way to do it, but I wanted to get the 18-key super with him. So, because we've got support now with the 14 and 15, because they're on rotation with the transformed Android 13. I love the animation for his 18-key super as well. That part where it like comes up with the cut in and has like the super attack quote, where he's just got the his hand on their chest ready to fire off like the key blast thing. I think that looks awesome. But yeah, let's see if we can get some orbs actually stacked up here. Although, actually, yeah, let's drop these down here. And then if I grab the blues at the beginning of the next turn, we can drop down all of the tech ones, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, this probably wasn't the best event to show him off in the sense of getting the active skill, like I say, because there's just not enough attacks, really, that come your way in this event. But I mean, that does show you, like, you need to get hit 7 times in order to get his active skill. But I will say, the time that I have used it so far, like off camera, like testing him out for the first time, his active skill actually does do pretty decent damage. So which is a nice comparison for like the you know, the GT Super Saiyans, where everyone's primary complaint with them. They're such fantastic units aside from their active skill. Like, their active skill is so weak. So, let's see. Yeah, we got the key. There you go. There's that key passive coming in clutch. We actually got the extra key from getting hit. So that put us to the 18 key super. So now we should have been hit enough times to actually get the active skill off. So hopefully Gohan doesn't kill the LR androids in the final slot. I was thinking about transforming them into 16 so they would have the crazy defense, but I didn't want to lose the support passive that they give for Super 17. So yeah, they're taking quite a bit of damage here, but we weren't getting a super attack, so it's all good. Alright, we'll do this. Let's just grab a heal. I forgot nobody in this event like rotation locks or anything, because I bought the sort of basic healing items that can get you out of those awkward scenarios, because rotation locking is probably one of the most irritating things. I hate it when the enemy does that to you in these events, so I always have to try and remember now when we're jumping into an Infinite Dragon Ball history stage to bring a bring a Dende or like a Sensu Bean. So alright, we should have the active skill. Unfortunately, we are against the Int Gohan now, so unless we get a crit, we aren't going to do crazy damage, but let's see what we can get. We've got the support from the 18 here. I love that he has the hair flick. Yeah, unfortunately, type disadvantage, no crit. That is not the best showing, unfortunately. When I did the when I tried him out off camera in an event, I did, I think, the Goku family stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history, and I got the active skill against the AGL Goten. So obviously we did have type advantage, but no crit. He hit for just over 3 million. So I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, unfortunately, when you got type disadvantage and aren't critting, you're not doing a lot of damage. But there you go. That is the LR Super 17 at 55% on the Android / Target Goku team. I think he's very good. I think he's impressive at 55%. There's a lot of things, like I've said before, that could have been designed better about him, especially when it comes to the actual GT bosses team. But I do think he's very good. I think we might actually die here, because 18 is not the best defensively. Alright, we just managed to survive. But we are going to end off the video there. I'm not even going to bother healing, so I'll probably die when I'm doing my outro. But let me know what you guys think of Super 17. If you managed to pull him, let us know your experiences with him so far. I definitely think people are underrating him. Like, he's obviously not like the best unit in the game or anything, but I think he's very good. And of course, very happy to have a new Super 17 in the game. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.